The Dark Watchers are mysterious, shadowy figures from California folklore, particularly associated with the Santa Lucia Mountains along the Central Coast. Here's a breakdown of what makes them so intriguing. Who are the Dark Watchers? Description: tall, humanoid silhouettes, often wearing wide-brimmed hats and long cloaks. Size: they are described as unnaturally tall, sometimes over 10 feet. Behavior: they're typically seen standing silently on ridges or cliffs, gazing out into the horizon. If approached, they vanish instantly. Time of appearance: usually seen at dawn or twilight, often by lone hikers or travelers. No interaction: they never speak, move, or threaten, just watch. Chumash legends: some believe the legend predates Spanish colonization and may have roots in Chumash Native American mythology, though evidence is anecdotal. Spanish settlers: early settlers supposedly called them Los Vigilantes Oscuros, the Dark Watchers. Writers and poets: John Steinbeck and his son Tom both reference them. Steinbeck mentioned them in passing in flight, noting locals' beliefs in these Watchers of the Hills. Please like and follow for more scary tales that will keep you up at night. The concept of the 7 Kings of Hell comes from various occult traditions, demonology texts, and pop culture adaptations. There is no single universally agreed upon list, but some of the most influential sources include the Ars Goetia from the Lesser Key of Solomon, Christian demonology, and later grimoires. Here's a commonly cited list based on a blend of demonological traditions and the 7 deadly sins model. 7 Kings of Hell, based on the 7 deadly sins. 1. Lucifer. Pride, often regarded as the ruler of hell or the first among the fallen, associated with immense pride and rebellion. 2. Mammon. Greed, demon of wealth and materialism. 3. Asmodeus. Lust, known for lust, often appearing in myths involving seduction and desire. Leviathan. Envy, a sea monster demon representing jealousy and chaos. Beelzebub. Gluttony, lord of the flies, associated with indulgence and excess. Satan. Wrath, sometimes seen as a separate entity from Lucifer, represents pure rage and destruction. Denis Belphegor. Sloth, demon of laziness and invention, tempting people with easy solutions. Arachne spawns, children of silk and shadow, born from cursed threads and whispering fear. Origin. The Arachne spawns are said to be the offspring or creations of Arachne, the cursed weaver from Greek mythology. After being turned into a spider by the goddess Athena, Arachne wove her hatred and madness into a thread so fine it could split the veil between worlds. From that thread, tiny, sentient beings crawled into existence, fragments of Arachne's soul twisted into monstrous form. They don't live in normal webs. They spin silk from memory and nightmares, hiding in attics, bed frames, wall cracks, and ceilings. Their webs aren't seen with the eyes, but with the mind. Psychic snares that trap sanity. Appearance size. Ranges from the size of a coin to a small kitten. Form. Spider-like bodies with humanoid faces, usually resembling infants or children with distorted, eyeless visages or stitched mouths. Some have human hands at the ends of their legs. Color pale, bone white, or blacker than shadow. Movement. Silent, erratic, and impossibly fast when disturbed. Abilities: whispers. Their main power lies in the whispering thread. Victims begin hearing soft murmurs while asleep, at first comforting, then increasingly invasive. The longer someone listens, the harder it is to tell their own thoughts from the spawn's voice. Paralysis. At night, they can induce sleep paralysis, perching on the chest or face and feeding on fear and suppressed memories. Mind weaving. Victims begin to forget what is real. The spawns can stitch false memories into the mind, like spiders darning a web. Nest creation. If left alone, Arachne spawns weave nests in the brain, eventually turning their host into a hollow-eyed servant or incubator. Harlocrax, the smiling maw. A towering, emaciated figure dressed in a rotting jester's outfit that moves like it's soaked in oil. Its face is painted like a clown, but the smile is carved into its flesh, stretching from ear to ear, revealing layers of teeth that shift and move like a shark's. Its eyes are 2 wide, black with red pinprick pupils that blink independently. When it laughs, the sound is warped, like children screaming through a broken calliope. Fingers are impossibly long, ending in rusty bells that jingle softly with each movement. The bells bleed when it's near. It drools confetti and black sludge. Abilities laughter of madness. Its laugh causes hallucinations, pulling victims into a twisted carnival in their minds. Balloon puppets inflate screaming balloon animals made from flesh and entrails that attack on command. Jokes on you. Every time someone mocks it, they lose a facial feature. Nose, eyes, mouth, vanishing as if it was never there. Mirror warp. Can step through mirrors and appear behind you, smiling. Once a court jester who mocked a dying king during a plague, Harlocrax was cursed to always bring laughter, at any cost. Over centuries, it fed on the souls of those who laughed out of fear, transforming into a demon that thrives in abandoned amusement parks, funhouses, and childhood nightmares. Paimon, the king of hidden knowledge, origin, occultism, the lesser key of Solomon. Title, King of Hell. Rank, one of the 9 kings of hell. Paimon is a highly revered demon in Western occult traditions, particularly in the Ars Goetia, a section of the Lesser Key of Solomon. He is a favorite among ceremonial magicians and occultists due to his association with wisdom, spiritual insight, and secret knowledge. Characteristics and powers. Appears riding a dromedary, camel, surrounded by a noisy procession of musicians. Commands 200 legions of spirits, both angelic and demonic. Possesses a feminine voice despite being described as male. Reveals scientific secrets, occult truths, and hidden treasures. Can manipulate minds, influence loyalty, and provide command over others. Symbolism. Paimon represents intellectual power and the duality of spiritual insight and manipulation. He serves as both an enlightener and a deceiver, offering forbidden knowledge with a cost. Asmodeus, the demon of lust. Origin, Jewish and Christian demonology. Title, Demon of Lust. Rank, often considered one of the 7 princes of hell, Asmodeus is one of the most notorious demons in Judeo-Christian tradition. He first appears in the Book of Tobit, a deuterocanonical text, where he kills 7 successive husbands of a woman named Sarah out of jealousy. This act cements his role as a powerful force driven by desire and possessiveness. Characteristics and powers. Known as the demon of lust, obsession, and carnal sin. Depicted with 3 heads, a man, a ram, and a bull. Riding a dragon or lion. Commands 72 legions of infernal spirits. Associated with promoting infidelity, lewdness, and sexual excess. In occultism, he is believed to grant knowledge in mathematics, astronomy, and engineering. Symbolism. Asmodeus embodies the destructive side of uncontrolled passion. His legacy continues to represent temptation and vice, particularly in contexts dealing with desire and seduction.
As one of the 7 undead deities of the Skeltork's pantheon, his name echoes with anguish across the plains, and his presence darkens even the bravest hearts. Vorthrak is often depicted as a spectral, gaunt figure wrapped in tattered robes, his form swirling with ever-present shadows. His glowing, sunken eyes radiate a haunting emptiness, and heavy chains, broken and rusted, bind his limbs. These chains symbolize the binding nature of despair, a force that entraps the soul and shatters hope. Silent and brooding, Vorthrak rarely speaks. His aura alone instills sorrow and stillness. He resides in the Vale of Sorrow, a desolate, dusk-lit wasteland where broken dreams litter the landscape. Time seems to stretch endlessly in his domain, as if reflecting the eternal nature of hopelessness itself. Vorthrak exerts dominion over emotional states, particularly despair and loss. His power erodes willpower, infects minds with gloom, and drains entire regions of motivation and joy. He wields a notorious artifact known as the Shattered Chain, a fractured obsidian relic that magnifies feelings of despair in those who encounter it. This item is often the focus of dark rituals performed by his most zealous followers. Vorthrak's worshippers are typically those who have suffered unbearable grief or endured profound trauma. Please like and follow for more scary tales that will keep you up at night.